The morning sun rises over the vast grasslands of America, and at the same time, Jake and his team prepare for a hunt filled with tension and adrenaline. For weeks, wild boars have been invading the area, devastating cornfields and destroying local crops. The villagers could no longer bear the chaos. This time, the hunters decided to take action. With weapons in hand, sharp eyes, and steady steps, the pursuit of these beasts of nature officially begins. The team quickly takes position, choosing the perfect ambush spot to cover the entire field. Not long after, the first two boars of the day appear, digging carelessly in the distance. Jake raises his rifle calmly, steadies his breathing, and locks the barrel onto the target. With one precise motion, he fires, perfectly accurate. One drops instantly, the other bolts without looking back. The opening shot proves Jake's mastery of timing and positioning, truly the mark of a seasoned sharpshooter. From a higher vantage point, Jake's teammate spots a massive shadow. Without hesitation, he tracks the beast's every move through the scope. Waiting for the exact golden moment when the boar is fully in sight, he squeezes the trigger. This was a textbook long-range shot, requiring not only absolute accuracy, but also patience to strike at the perfect time. Clearly, the combination of elevation and sharpshooting. After that strike, the team moves forward. Suddenly, the bushes nearby shake violently. One of Jake's experienced teammates instantly drops low, rifle ready. No rushing, just steady focus. He tracks the rustling bushes, waiting for the dark figure to emerge. The moment it appears, bang, the bullet cuts through the air, hitting dead center. What do you think of that shot? A chaotic situation handled cleanly in a split second, right? After regrouping and discussing strategy, Jake's team advances toward a dry grass patch about a kilometer away. Each member quickly takes their assigned position to secure the area. Jake moves silently. Then, a dark figure emerges in the distance, still far away. But for him, that's no problem. He lifts his rifle, inhales deeply, and with a single pull of the trigger, the bullet flies true, an absolute bullseye. That's the difference between an average hunter and a true marksman, isn't it? If you've never witnessed the toughness of wild boars in this region, watch what happens next. Shortly after the previous shot, Jake chooses a more open spot for a wider field of view. Suddenly, a massive boar bursts out, charging at incredible speed. Unfazed, Jake locks onto the target, and bang, the shot hits. The beast stubbornly keeps running, but Jake knows. With one well-placed bullet, escape is impossible. And indeed, after a short burst, the boar stumbles, struggles briefly, and collapses. This is the clear mark of a veteran marksman. No need for endless shots, just one bullet in the right spot seals the fate. Exhausted, the team decides to pack up and head home. Just as the hunt seems over, a lone wild beast suddenly bolts across the barren ground. Jake's teammate reacts instantly, raising his rifle and firing. The sharp crack echoes across the silent plain, marking the end of the ferocious boar. It tumbles, crashes down, and lies motionless. A swift, decisive finish. Today's hunt not only showcased Jake and his team's sharpshooting skills, but also proved the effectiveness of sound strategy and perfect coordination. Every bullet counted, ensuring the fields were safe from further destruction. And of course, this entire hunt was conducted within the law. If you want to follow more thrilling hunts, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next adventure. Anatolia has a complex terrain with hills and valleys interspersed with swamps and swamps. Before that, we had the opportunity to hunt wild boars in the swampy area in the south of the Anatolian steppe. Because the terrain is swampy and muddy, we used a special vehicle, an airboat. This boat has an engine that is a giant fan that creates a great force to help the boat move on the dry swamp. Thanks to its fast speed, we were able to shoot down many harmful wild boars. However, the hunting trip in the Anatolian steppe brought us more drama and experience. The hunting trip lasted one day, starting before the sun had even appeared. After more than 1 hour of traveling from early morning, at 8 a.m., we encountered a herd of wild boars, all of which were adults. I raised the gun, my heart pounding. Amir whispered, "Shoot the leader or they will scatter." I took a deep breath, held it steady, and pulled the trigger. The explosion echoed through the mountains. A wild boar fell with a screech. The remaining herd was startled and scattered. That we followed the trail of the remaining wild boars, but because of the long distance, it was difficult for us to hit these wild boars. However, this herd of wild boars was probably exhausted and could not run far. We chased and shot down a few more wild boars. This increased the number of wild boars, which we shot down to nearly 10. As the sun rose, Amir and I decided to hike up to get a better look at the boar herd. Sure enough, Yusuf radioed that they had spotted a large herd on the slopes of the opposite bank. I aimed carefully, waiting for the moment when the boar stopped and fired. A single shot hitting the weak spot. The boar was hit and rolled down the mountainside. In the afternoon, we decided to move south to ambush the wild boars. This area is where wild boars often pass through to get into the farm. Sure enough, it didn't take long to wait. The wild boars appeared. Not letting it escape, Amir quickly shot down the wild boar, knocking it down on the spot. Wow, this wild boar was huge. Can you guess how many kilograms it weighed? The larger the wild boar, the more aggressive it is, and the more destructive it is compared to other wild boars. Therefore, we must hunt down these adult wild boars at all costs. As you can see, the terrain in this mountainous area is rugged, with steep slopes that make it difficult for us to move. The wild boars are very fast, and the bushes provide easy shelter for them. Without observation skills, it is difficult to detect the wild boars. These wild boars relied on the rugged terrain and escaped our repeated shots. "Next time I won't let them escape," said the Emir. Amir and I moved down to a position near the ravine. The soil here is more humid, so the shrubs and grasses grow well. If you don't observe carefully, you might not be able to detect their location. At a distance of hundreds of meters, this wild boar was taken down. To do that, what do you need? Simply a scope attached to a gun. To hunt wild boars or any wild animal, we need a scope to make the shot more accurate. In the late afternoon, we moved to the foothills near the farm to finish the hunt. Hunting wild boars did not bring us any joy, but because of the surrounding farm, the wild boars needed to be exterminated. This trip is not just a hunt, it is a journey connecting people and mountains, instinct and skill, tradition, and modernity. Please like and subscribe to the channel to watch more videos.
wild boars reproduce uncontrollably, devastate crops, and pose a serious threat to the local ecosystem. Faced with that reality, our hunting team was forced to deploy the most effective strategy: airborne pursuit by helicopter. Every flight is a battle, where speed, tactics, and reflexes must be pushed to the limit. There's no room for hesitation in this war. Once a target is locked, it must be taken down. Over the horizon as we lift off. The helicopter gently vibrates as it carries us into the sky. Only a few minutes into the flight, we spot our first target. A herd of large, fat boars are charging ahead at breakneck speed. They zigzag constantly, but their hoof prints in the sand betray them, revealing every movement. No matter how many times they change direction, my rifle doesn't waver. Wherever they go, our helicopter follows close behind. One by one, the boars fall under a continuous rain of gunfire. Just as planned, not a single target is missed. As we advance into the grasslands and denser forests, the chopper continually adjusts its altitude with flexibility, giving us a clear vantage point. The moment I spot a herd of boars below, I steady my grip and unleash a rapid burst of gunfire. Though the helicopter sways slightly, we maintain our calm and precise aim. Most of the wild boars drop, though a few clever ones manage to escape in time. My God, they just keep coming. We fired countless rounds just to bring them down. It's hard to imagine the destruction this field would face if we didn't take them out. The number of boars on the field is overwhelming, forcing us to circle back several times to finish the job thoroughly. The withered corn rows after harvest blend into the dark color of the boars, making them hard to spot at a glance. The roar of the helicopter alerts them to danger, and they bolt at full speed. We use every second to lock on, take aim, and fire quickly. Not a single one escapes. Open terrain and sparse forest like this make it easier to pinpoint the boar's exact location. However, they no longer move in herds. They've scattered in all directions, reacting instantly to the roar of the helicopter above. A tense showdown unfolds. With precise, relentless shots, the boars are taken down one after another, quickly and efficiently. This hunt is not just a test of stamina, but a battle of wits, patience, and the ability to make split-second decisions. Dense forests are considered safe zones by the boars, places to hide and escape danger. So, we circle around, deliberately pushing them toward the forest's edge, then swiftly give chase. Let's see where they think they can run now. Before our icy muzzles, the wild boars are swiftly eliminated. Up to 50 kilometers h and incredible agility, wild boars aren't easy target. The helicopter gives us the edge in visibility, but it still has to constantly adjust course to keep up with their zigzagging route. But this time, the hunting team triumphed. Even darting like black arrows, the boars couldn't escape our deadly shots. Skill, experience, and decisive action helped us complete the mission flawlessly. Activity, and it energizes us too. In just a few short minutes, an unknown number of wild boars are taken down in a rapid-fire sequence of shots. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.
Leave your comments below to let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to receive the latest notifications.
Silence of the night, my cousin Chris Robinson and I quietly entered the familiar field where the giant wild boars often appeared. These pests have become a nightly obsession as they continuously invade and mercilessly destroy crops. Despite many hunts, the number of wild boars continues to increase, forcing us to persevere. Follow our challenging hunt tonight. As soon as we set foot in the field, we quickly put our plan into action, placing loudspeakers in strategic positions. In a moment, the boar's squeal rang out, attracting the attention of the other board.
Uh-oh, here comes one. Back from the south.
They were curious, slowly approaching, fascinated by the sound of their fellows in the dark. Although they were usually very alert, it seemed that the darkness had made them let their guard down, and some of them could not control their instincts and rushed forward. My vision quickly looked onto the largest boar, which was also the one that reacted to the most of the loudspeaker's squeal. My heart pounded as I waited for the right moment, and then, as it paused, a fatal shot ended any hope of escape. The boar fell to the ground, making the first trophy of the night. The hunt was not over yet. The screams continued to echo in the distance, and other pigs continued to charge, taking advantage of the precious opportunities. I continuously aimed and shot down a few more pigs in favorable positions. However, the remaining pigs quickly realized the danger and immediately ran away, escaping our range. Tonight's hunt still had many challenges ahead. After the first round of bullets caused the pigs to panic and run away, we followed the edge of the forest, deeper into the field, where wild pigs often hid. In the view through the thermal scope, I discovered a giant wild boar, slowly moving forward. Its image was clearly visible, with its large size, characteristic black color, standing out in the pitch black field. I quietly approached, trying to get as close as possible to ensure an accurate shot. But suddenly the wild boar seemed to have detected my presence. With no other choice, I had to open fire immediately, finishing off the saboteur before it had a chance to escape. From afar, right at the edge of the forest, another wild boar was wandering around looking for food. Sensing the lurking danger, it immediately turned around and ran away. I quickly let out a loud scream, causing the wild boar to suddenly stop for a moment. In just a few short seconds, I had time to aim and shoot it down with an accurate shot. As the night wore on, more and more wild boars appeared, and they also grew larger. In a moment of excitement, Chris and I opened fire simultaneously, taking down a wild boar on the spot. From our advantageous shooting position, we continued to take down more and more wild boars, each shot a saboteur falling. The image of the crop beds being dug up and destroyed by wild boars appeared in my mind, making us even more determined to hunt tonight. Although the wild boars were busy foraging, they did not forget to maintain a high state of alert, only daring to wander near the forest, ready to rush into hiding when they sensed danger. We patiently ambushed, waiting for the opportunity to shoot at the largest ones. Although they tried to escape, there were no chance of them escaping our sight. Slow ones were immediately taken down. The others were faster disappearing into the dense forest. Even when they hid behind the bushes, our thermal scopes easily detected them, and the accurate fire continued. Every time we encountered a large herd of pigs, the feeling of excitement increased. We kept shooting, not having time to aim accurately. Our stray bullets still hit the pigs running wildly. In just a few short minutes, the herd dispersed, leaving behind traces of a successful hunt. Moving closer to the water, we knew for sure that the wild boars would be here. This was where they often come to drink water, leaving footprints on the wet ground. I immediately chose the largest wild boar as the target, feeling excited. As soon as the first shot rang out, we both pulled the trigger, chasing after the panicked pigs. They were running away. Thanks to the thermal scope, our night hunting became easier than ever. The images of the wild boars were clearly visible in the scope. I could quickly take down the prey by simply lifting the gun. The pigs ran away frantically, but they didn't know that we could track every movement and aim accurately to the centimeter. The night hunting trip lasted longer than expected, but the constant appearance of the pigs made us excited, forgetting our fatigue. However, as the night fell, the gunfire gradually subsided. It's time for us to return home, bringing our valuable loot with us. Thank you for following our dramatic night hunting journey. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you don't miss the next adventure.